Suge Knight was at odds, call it a business dispute with some people that were filming the Straight Outta Compton film.
And he heard that Dre is gonna be there, and his view is, Dre, you made all this money, you owe me.
Bone is actually hired as security detail for Dr. Dre to take care of Suge.
Dre came to them first and asked the two guys how much it costs to get rid of me. They said, what you mean by get rid of him? And they said, kill him.
On January 29th, 2015, Suge Knight was involved in a hit-and-run incident which landed him 28 years in prison after going to the movie set for the film Straight Outta Compton. He allegedly went there for the film using his image, but also to confront Dr. Dre over a lifetime management deal which he had with him since 1996. In this video, we're going to compare some clips from the film to the true story and also take a look at the events which took place near the movie set. Straight Outta Compton is a 2015 American biographical drama film which is based on the rise and fall of the gangster rap group NWA and its members, with some being Eazy-E, Ice Cube, and Dr. Dre. NWA was a rap group who rose to fame during the late 1980s and birthed a number of stars going into the 1990s. The film was seen in cinemas on August 14th, 2015, with it bringing in over $200 million from the box office. The film featured an actor who played Suge Knight, with the film portraying real-life events which happened concerning him. For example, it showed a scene where Suge Knight and thugs muscled up on Eazy-E to get him to sign release papers for artists. Suge Knight in real life done this after Dr. Dre set up Eazy-E to meet Suge Knight to get Dr. Dre out of his contracts over at Ruthless Records, owned by Eazy-E. Mob James, who is the head of Suge Knight's street security of Blood gang members, described the incident on a Vlad TV interview where he claimed they went into Eazy's offices with guns and forced him to release several artists to Suge Knight. Eazy-E still had an exclusive rights artist deal over Dr. Dre, so he still got paid from Dr. Dre's work even after he was released. The clip of it has over 5 million YouTube views, with it being falsely titled as Suge Knight gives Eazy-E AIDS Straight Outta Compton. This was after Suge Knight made jokes about Eazy-E being infected with a bullet containing AIDS while he was on a Jimmy Kimmel show. Another clip shows Suge Knight meeting Snoop Dogg, who signed to his label Death Row Records and released his debut album Doggy Style in 1993. Suge Knight claimed while on the Howard Stern show that he made Snoop Dogg buy his way into the Crips street gang of the Long Beach Crips after he had met him, so that he could have credibility under the gangster rap record label of Death Row Records being owned by Suge Knight.
It's only one person that paid money to be involved in the game, and that was Snoop. If Snoop would have been on another record company, he probably been doing a different style of music.
Now, the movie shows another scene where Suge Knight pistol whips a person. Suge Knight in real life done this to aspiring rappers known as the Stanley Brothers after they used a phone in a studio which was meant specifically for Suge Knight, as it was a telephone link to his financier who was in prison, being Harry O. Suge Knight ordered the men to strip naked at gunpoint, then fired a warning shot and then pistol whipped them. Suge Knight was charged, but the brothers were pressured by a prosecutor to accept a settlement to undermine the criminal case. This prosecutor, who was Larry M. Longo, was connected to Suge Knight with financial ties to Death Row. Suge Knight was going to sign Longo's 18-year-old daughter to the label. The film had another scene which showed Suge Knight threatening people who were stealing music from him. In real life, at the Death Row offices, there was a room known as the Red Room. This was a room where Suge Knight would take artists who were lacking to be beaten down as a form of discipline. The room had a tank full of piranhas which Suge Knight would feed bloodworms to. The movie also had another scene which showed Dr. Dre leaving Death Row Records. This took place in real life, where Dr. Dre left Death Row Records in 1996 after he felt it started getting too violent because he witnessed the engineer get beaten down in the studio. With him being released from the label, Suge Knight made him sign a lifetime management deal which entitled Suge Knight to 30% of all his earnings for life while Dr. Dre was still alive, with Suge Knight believing this was the reason why the incident took place on the movie set, which landed Suge Knight with a 28-year prison sentence. On January 29, 2015, Suge Knight went to the film set of Straight Outta Compton with the intention of not only getting money for the film using his image, but also royalties from Dr. Dre's percentage of earnings. While there, the film set security known as Bone, whose real name was Clee Salon, along with a man called Terry Carter, approached Suge Knight with the attempts of getting him to leave. Suge Knight followed them to a burger stand where they then began to approach him, and Suge Knight crashed his car into them, claiming self-defense. Clee Salon was featured in the movie Training Day, which has its ties to Death Row, as not only does it have roles with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, but also Denzel Washington's character was based off of Rafael Perez, who was a dirty cop of the LAPD Rampart scandal, believed to be tied into Death Row Records security. Clee Salon was injured in the attack while the other man Terry Carter was killed. Suge Knight pled no contest in 2018 and was sentenced to 28 years in prison. He filed a lawsuit against Dr. Dre, claiming Dre was responsible for sending the men, claiming it was an attempt on his life.
Were you in fear of your life?
I mean, anytime somebody got guns and trying to kill you, of course I was.
In a prison interview, he spoke on this, claiming witnesses came forward to claim that they heard discussions of bounties being placed on Suge's life to get him away from the set. Suge Knight will be eligible for parole in October of 2034 and will not be released until he is 82 years old. He was also allegedly going to the set to try and get his 30% take of Dr. Dre's $3 billion deal with Apple for the sale of Beats headphones, which would have entitled Suge Knight to hundreds of millions of dollars. Suge claimed this reason not only got him into the manslaughter incident, but also had him being shot 6 times in the One Oak nightclub just 5 months prior to the incident. The same sheriff handled the cases, which became a conflict of interest and added suspicion to some foul play may be taking place. Suge Knight's lawyer filed a lawsuit against the LAPD for the incident, which I've done a separate video about, so be sure to check it out as it can be found at the end of this video. In this video, we took a look into some of the true stories behind the scenes in the 2015 film Straight Outta Compton. We also took a look into the incident which took place next to the movie set, which led to Suge Knight getting a 28-year prison sentence. Let me know what your thoughts are on all this in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash the thumbs up button. Also, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell button so you can get all the future notifications for when I upload. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.